Good morning, boys and girls. For Friday, November 13th, today we are going to be reading picture graphs. So let's get started. On this first one here, boys and girls, we're going to be using the tally chart to make a picture graph here right on the bottom. So the first thing I have to do is take a look at my strawberry, watermelon, and apple, because this was somebody's favorite fruit. So a bunch of people were asked what their favorite fruit was, and now we're going to be using the totals up top here to put down in the bottom, just like a picture graph. Now, normally with pictures, when you see in different graphs, they're going to use like strawberries, watermelons, and apples to put in the pictures on the bottom here. But Mr. Cook can't really draw those right now, so what we're going to do is we're going to use circles. So you can use circles, or you could even color in the boxes just like this. But for right now, to make things a little neater, Mr. Cook's just going to go like that for each one. Alright, so for the first one that we have for strawberries, we need to put that total down here at the bottom. So we know that we have 6 people that liked strawberries. That was their favorite fruit. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw 6 circles here on the bottom just in strawberries. And remember, you must start your pictures here and then fill in every spot as you go along. You can't skip spots, and you also can't start over here or at the end, because you want to start where your graph is starting with your word. So with strawberries, we're going to make 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With watermelons right below it, we have 7. So we're going to do 7 on the bottom here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the last one we have is apple, which we have 3. So we're going to put that in here as 1, 2, 3. So the first thing that we just realized is that we took all the totals and made our own bar graph. Now, reading this bar graph, you can see that watermelon has the most because it has more circles than the other ones. You can see that apple has the least because you can see that they don't have as many as the other ones. Now, a lot of times, boys and girls, we're going to be using these graphs to answer questions. So it says, what do the pictures represent in each graph? So like I said before, Mr. Cook could have tried to draw an apple, watermelon, or a strawberry, but realistically at this time, for us and for you guys, you're only going to be drawing, coloring in the boxes, or probably drawing circles for those ones, because this would probably take way too long to draw these pictures. But the pictures down here you can see are for fish, are for cat, and are for dog, for the favorite pets. So we're going to use this picture graph to answer the question we have on the bottom. How many people voted for a cat? And all you have to do is take a look at each vote and look at the cats here, because one of these cats equals just one vote. So all we have to do is count them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So how many people voted for a cat? 5 here on the bottom. Now we get to make our own graph here. It says 14 people were surveyed about their favorite transportation. So right off the bat, boys and girls, we're going to see that if my number at the bottom after I count up all of these does not equal 14, I definitely messed up something somewhere. So let's take a look. Let's read the whole thing and go back and take out all the information. So 14 people were surveyed about their favorite transportation. 3 people chose a car, 5 people chose a boat, and the rest of the people chose a plane. That's a little tricky. So let's take a look here. So I know that 3 people have cars, so I'm going to go with 1, 2, 3. Those people chose car for their favorite transportation. And 5 people chose boats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Now it says the rest of the people chose a plane. But I don't know how to do this one. How do I figure out how many people like the plane? Well, the thing is, boys and girls, I know my answer here. I know that 14 is my total. So what I could do is I can do it a couple different ways. I can do subtraction, or I can do addition to figure this out. Now let's take a look. If I do 1, 2, 3 for car, and I keep counting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 plus 3. I need to figure out how many are going to be for the boat and the car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That equals 8. Okay. So 8 plus something has to equal 14. Could do it that way. Or I could do it like subtraction. I could do 14 minus something equals 8. So let's try to figure this out. I want to pick the addition one. So let's do 8 plus something equals 4. Or I'm sorry, equals 14. So I'm going to draw my line down the middle here. I'm going to draw 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now all I have to do is keep counting on until I get to 14. But the big thing is to keep them separate from the 8 on the top. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I want to circle these ones because that number is going to go right up top right there. Because I know I had it 8, I kept counting to see how many more I needed to get to 14. So let's count them here on the bottom. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 people like the plane. So let me add that into my transportation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I'm looking at this right now, boys and girls, I can definitely tell that planes are the favorite for transportation because they have the most circles there. This one has 6, this one has 3, and this one has 5 here on the bottom. Now, the pictures on a graph tell us how many. So one question that we're going to be asking right now is how many people, or how many more people, ride the bus than walk? So there's a couple ways that you could do this, boys and girls. The first way, you can just take a look and match up the bus and the walking. So I'd like to draw lines to cancel them out, to match them up. And I could see that I have 3 of them that are 3 more people like to ride the bus than actually walk. Or you could do it this way. You can count up all the buses to see and find the difference. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buses. And you can actually subtract the amount of walkers. 1, 2, 3, 4. To get the same exact answer. So 3 people. 3 more people ride the bus than walk to school. So for our last one today, boys and girls, we're going to be using our information here to answer some questions on the bottom. So it says, how many people were surveyed in all for number 1? Now there's a couple ways that you can do this, and there's a couple ways my friends did this in class as well. The first thing that they did was they thought about how many were on each one. So how many was your favorite drink? Let's go to chocolate milk. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 1, 2, 3 for orange juice. And I have 1, 2, 3 for grape juice. Couple things you can do. A couple of my friends actually drew this picture on their board and counted up all of the drinks, and they just used circles, just like Mr. Cook did in the beginning. They also looked at how many they had for numbers over there, and they did some addition. Now, one of my friends was like super smart with this and looked at the 2 lower numbers and added those together first. So because they knew their double facts, and they knew 3 plus 3 equals 6. So instead of going 8 plus 3 plus 3, they did 8 plus 6 to find out what their answer was. So if I solve this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, boys and girls, how many people were surveyed in our survey here? We have 14. Now, what drink got the same number of votes as grape juice? So let's go back up and analyze our data, boys and girls, to take a look to see which one got the same amount of votes as grape juice. So if I look at grape juice, I have 1, 2, and 3. And if I look right above it, I know that orange juice had the same number of votes. And the last question that we're going to be asking here is, do more people like chocolate milk or orange juice? So let's go up and compare. Chocolate milk I know had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I know that orange juice had 1, 2, and 3. So I can definitely tell from this, boys and girls, that chocolate milk got more votes than orange juice. So chocolate milk. All right, boys and girls. So, your job today is to work on the math pages on pages 257 to 530. We can do an independent practice in class today if you'd like to. You can also do optional pages of 531 to 532. Good luck, boys and girls.